Come on, people, let's move it. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. And I know it's been that long since I've made a video, but I promise it'll be worth the wait you guys have been waiting for. Now, some of you may have heard from the grapevine or what have you that I had an interview with Qazi, and people doubted. People said, TJ, there is no way. But after, God knows, over a year, I finally got that interview today, and I've got some answers to some questions that people have been dying to know, whether it was from personal friends of mine or just random people in the Discord. But let me just cut right to the chase, and let's get on to the very first question. Now, the very first question that I thought I'd ask you just for funsies is, remember that odd, competition way back when? Qazi Jam. And I've been wondering, we haven't really heard anything about it. So then I asked, will you ever host Qazi Jam again? Maybe not on top of everybody's priority list of questions to ask Qazi, but you know what? I thought, why not? And this is what he had to say. I've been dying to host a new Qazi Jam. After 8 years of working on Shotgun Farmers, I'd love to experiment with making some silly short jam games. Every time I think I want to do it though, the mountain of tasks and work for the next Shotgun Farmers update usually makes me reconsider. I am also not entirely sure how many people in the community are still game developers and interested in doing a game jam. So I'd love to learn if they are. Hey, and let me tell you, Qazi, if you're listening to this video, wait, let me just turn off the music real quick. My beautiful, gorgeous, lovely man Simon is currently working on a game right now. So let me just tell you, there's definitely still people are. For the next question I asked was, will weekly challenges ever happen? And if yes, when will they come out? His response is, thanks for the reminder. Sloth actually did finish working on the weekly challenge system. After seeing how many people wanted it, I haven't had the time to integrate it into Season 4. But I'll put that back on the task list. The next question I asked him was, are you still interested in doing content creator cosmetics? The last creator item was over a year ago, so it seems that you guys are less interested in the idea. His response was, the challenge with content creator cosmetics, and any cosmetic for that matter, is the cost of creating the item. Every art asset that goes into Shotgun Farmers requires a 2D concept art that we feel really fits the game. The full 3D model, sometimes rigging or animating that model if it has special parts like the demon wing or bunny ears, and then coding that new item into the game. Every new item in the game can cost from hundreds for small eyewears to thousands of dollars for a full skin just to make. So Exploding Apple, you better be very grateful. Since we don't have a publisher, and I entirely fund Shotgun Farmers myself, I try my best to use as much of our art budget as possible on the content for the next update instead. The next question I asked, which is very important to me, was, is there any plans for a ranked mode in game? If so, when can we expect it? His response was, I've wanted to add a ranked to the game for a long time. I've experimented with how it could work, but the biggest challenge is having enough players who are opting into ranked matches for the matchmaking to work. I've considered doing ranked only on the weekends, maybe when we have the most players, but it's a really challenging one to pull off. The next question I asked, kind of following up with the ranked, was, will there ever be another tourney hosted by you again? If so, when can we expect it? His response was, we started planning the first official tournament since it's been years since we had one. I even made a cool new logo for it. The original plan was going to be early 2024, but I've had to delay it. We can hopefully get it back on track soon. The next question I asked him, which many of you may be interested in, is that, what's the status on the new survival game? And is VR even happening anymore? I was, and still am, very excited about the prospects of a sandbox survival crafting game in Shotgun Farmers universe, as well as a VR version of Shotgun Farmers. His response was, I know it's frustrating for the community to wonder if they are going to happen, or if we are working on them. Because I try to be super open about my game development process compared to bigger studios who usually have to hide what they are working on, it also means I reveal ideas super early, way before they're ready. I mean, we all made the first prototype of Shotgun Farmers together on stream in 8 days. The reason you see me go quiet about the spin-off games is because I'm still trying to figure out how to make them fun. Something about the idea is not there yet, and I don't want to put out a game unless I feel like there's something fun and special there first. This takes a long time because, of course, Shotgun Farmers is our top priority, so I might go weeks or months without looking at either project while I focus on the next update or patch. VR has been especially difficult because of how different it is to make video games in the headset instead of for PC and console, which is what I'm more familiar with. I'd still really like to make both games. My next question was pretty plain and simple. Why don't you live stream as often? His response was, the bigger Shotgun Farmers got, the harder it got for me to live stream. Having to constantly hide files or be worried I'll show the wrong thing in the code while working that hasn't been revealed yet. I also got nervous that hackers could start seeing the game code, which we try hard to protect. This was peak during the full year we worked on the Among Us update, where I had to live stream while working on a special version of the game that had all the Among Us files removed. Then, as soon as stream was over, I had to remember to add them back in, then take them out during the next stream. I really do miss streaming and hanging out with the community more. The next question I asked was, how many more seasons do you intend to add? And if you have a certain amount of them planned, after the last season, what will happen from there? His response was, we do have a lot of awesome themes planned. We usually try to have the art in the works for at least the next season while we work on the current one. There are no plans for a quote-unquote last season as long as Shotgun Farmers can continue to support the team that makes them. Or until someone finally lets me make Shotgun Farmers 2, I guess. The next question I asked was, is the next makeshift plushie in the works? And if so, which plushie will it be? His response was, there isn't a makeshift plushie in the works. I didn't know people wanted one. I think Oink Oink should be next, or maybe the default farmer holding a shotgun. What do you guys think? And the last, final question was, have you thought about pulling Shotgun Farmers from the Nintendo Switch? It seems to have been holding back quite a few things. His response was, it may seem like it's holding us back, but it really isn't. It's just a very frustrating thing for me. I could never betray all the players who bought the game on the Nintendo Switch by pulling that version. So what we've been doing behind the scenes since the release of Season 3 is updating Shotgun Farmers to the latest version of Unity, our game engine. This has been for multiple reasons. The current version of Unity Shotgun Farmers is on doesn't support PS5 or Xbox Series X. It currently runs using backwards compatibility, so we want the game to actually support the current generations of consoles. The biggest benefit, though, is the newer version shall allow us to fix the issue that Nintendo is having with updating Shotgun Farmers on Switch. I hope. The plan is for Season 4 to release with the new version on Switch, with Season 3 items granted to all Switch players as an apology for having them miss the season. Hopefully after that, Switch updates can start to run closer to the other platforms again. But he still has one final message to say to us all. He says at the very end, thank you for asking these questions. I know our updates have taken longer and longer to make. Honestly, as the game keeps getting bigger, both in terms of players and in terms of the magnitude of content, we're just trying our best as a super small team to try to keep up with it. We hope to keep making crazy and cool stuff, both that you guys expect and maybe some things that you didn't. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Now you know. there may be some sappy things that Qazi's saying to apologize for the amount of time update is taking, but you know, it really means a lot to me, this old soul. And you know what also would mean a lot to me? That if I'd get made it in game, you know, put my name on a gravestone. But you know me, that'll never happen. But enough of that. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And I hope you got something from this video. Anyways, I hope you guys do enjoy. Have a good one. Keep it real.